Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Functional Longevity Podcast, where we give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, live better. I'm your host, Chris Borda, best-selling author and owner of Y.E.S Fitness. And let me first thank you for taking time from your busy day to listen to what I have to say. Also, before I get started, let me thank our sponsor, Y.E.S Fitness. Most people lose the ability to enjoy life as they age. At Y.E.S Fitness, we help people age 40 plus get fit so they can live longer and enjoy those extra years doing the things they love to do. Some quick housekeeping here. If you'd like to get a timestamp or a transcript of today's broadcast, head on over to yesfitnessct.com. Across the top, you see a button for podcasts. Click on it, and it will give you access to any one of our now 390 episodes. You can also get this broadcast wherever podcasts can be found. Boost your longevity with particular supplements. If you're training, eating well, and still dealing with low energy, brain fog, or stubborn blood sugar issues, that's usually not a motivation problem. It's a cellular one. As we age, mitochondrial function slows, metabolic control slips, and recovery takes longer. That's why I use Particular. Their NMN supports cellular energy reproduction. Resveratrol helps protect heart and brain health. Berberine improves blood sugar control and metabolic flexibility, all critical for healthy aging after 40. These are clean, science-backed supplements made right here in the USA, and I've personally noticed better energy, focus, and recovery. If you want your body to respond again, visit particular.com. That's Particular. Use the code YES15 to get 15% off. Astonishing Light Therapy Revelation unlocks emotional longevity power. There's a lot of noise in the health and longevity world. Every week, it seems like there's a new supplement, a new gadget, or a new biohack promising to slow aging and improve your health. Some of them work, many of them do not. But every once in a while, you come across something that actually has solid science behind it and surprisingly simple. Light. More specifically, red light and near-infrared light. Recently, I purchased a red light therapy unit for my home. I went with Hoga panel after spending quite a bit of time digging into the research on photobiomodulation. And before I go any further, let me say something important. I'm not someone who jumps into every new wellness gadget. I look at the research first. Once I saw how strong the science was about mitochondrial function, cellular repair, and inflammation regulation, I decided it was worth trying. So today, I want to talk to you about red light therapy in a practical way. What it actually does inside your body, what the research says about brain health, skin health, and recovery, what to look for if you're considering a device, and how to use it safely to maximize longevity benefits. Because like anything in the health world, the tool only works if you understand how to use it correctly. So let's first start with defining what red light therapy actually is. So red light therapy is often called photobiomodulation. That word sounds complicated, but the concept is actually pretty simple. Certain wavelengths of light interact with structures inside our cells called mitochondria. Remember those back in science in school? Mitochondria. If you listen to this podcast regularly, you know how important mitochondria are. They are essentially the energy factories inside our cells. They produce ATP. ATP is the fuel that powers nearly every biological process in your body. Muscle contraction, brain function, cell repair, immune response, everything. And as we age, mitochondrial function declines. Energy production drops, and cells become less efficient at repairing themselves. This decline is connected to many of the processes we are associated with aging, including fatigue, slower recovery, cognitive decline, and tissue degeneration. Red and near-infrared light appear to stimulate mitochondria and improve their efficiency. Inside mitochondria is an enzyme called cytochrome C oxidase. When it absorbs specific wavelengths of red and near-infrared light, it becomes more efficient at producing ATP. In simple terms, your cells start producing more energy. How cool is that? And when cells have more energy, they can repair themselves more effectively. That is the core mechanism behind red light therapy. Now let's get into the research behind photobiomodulation. One of the most respected researchers studying phytobiomodulation is Michael Hablin from the Harvard Medical School. In a major review published in the journal Photomedicine and Laser Surgery, researchers examined how red and near infrared light affect cellular metabolism. They found that these wavelengths stimulate cytochrome C oxidase inside mitochondria, which increases ATP production and cellular activity. Some cellular studies have shown increase in energy production approaching 30% after exposure to therapy wavelengths. Let's think about that for a moment. More energy at the cellular level means better repair, better resilience, and potentially slower biological aging. This is one reason red light therapy is now being studied across a wide range of health conditions, including neurological disease, skin aging, wound healing, and muscle recovery. But there are three areas that are especially interesting when you talk about functional longevity. Brain health, not much more important than brain health, skin health, and recovery. Let's first take a look at brain health and cognitive longevity. Your brain is an energy-intensive organ. Even though it represents only about 2% of your body's weight, it consumes roughly 20% of your body's energy. That means mitochondrial efficiency in neurons is extremely important. Researchers have been studying something called transcranial photobiomodulation, where near-infrared light is applied to the head. A systematic review published in Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews looked at multiple studies examining this therapy. Researchers observed improvements in cerebral blood flow and cognitive performance in several experimental methods. The idea is that red and near-infrared light can improve mitochondrial activity in neurons while also increasing oxygen delivered to the brain tissue. More cellular energy, better circulation, lower inflammation. Those are all factors that influence brain aging. Now, I want to be clear. Red light therapy is not a replacement for the most powerful brain intervention we have. Exercise. Regular physical activity improves blood flow, stimulates brain-derived neurotropic factor, and protects against cognitive decline. But tools like photobiomodulation may eventually become an interesting way to support brain resilience alongside healthy habits. Let's take a look at skin health and cellular regeneration, because everyone is concerned with the skin and how they look. Not much concern about what's going on inside. Oh, I'd like to say one thing about the the brain. We need to make sure that you're getting your forehead or the front of your scalp when you're using your red light therapy. That's the most important area to get a part of your brain. So on to skin health. One of the areas where red light therapy has the strongest clinical evidence is skin health. Collagen production declines as we age. That leads to wrinkles, skin thinning, and slower tissue repair. A randomized control trial published in Phytomedicine and Laser Surgery examined individuals receiving red light therapy treatments over 12 weeks. Researchers found improvements in skin complexion, collagen density, and wrinkle appearance. The mechanism appears to involve stimulation of fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are the cells responsible for producing collagen. When mitochondrial activity improves inside these cells, collagen production increases and skin regeneration improves. That's why dermatology clinics often use red light therapy after skin procedures to accelerate healing and reduce inflammation. Again, the underlying theme is cellular energy. When cells function better, tissues repair better. Now, another area that's super important to us, especially as exercise, is recovery and muscle performance. And this is where red light therapy has gained attention in athletic recovery. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of Biophotonics examined multiple studies evaluating photobiomodulation in exercise performance. Researchers found improvements in muscle performance and reductions in fatigue in several trials. The mechanism, once again, comes back to mitochondrial function and improved circulation. Muscle cells with more energy recover faster. Inflammation decreases, tissue repair accelerates. For anyone who trains consistently, recovery becomes increasingly important with age. When you are younger, we can push back and push hard and bounce back quickly. As we get older, recovery becomes the limiting factor. Anything that helps the body repair itself more efficiently can support consistent training. And consistency is the real driver of long-term health. So what do we look for in a red light therapy device? Because you see all kinds of commercials. As soon as you start to look at it, it's all over your feed and all the social media. So what is it exactly we're going to look for? So if you're considering purchasing red light therapy device, there are a few important factors to understand. The first is wavelength. The most researched wavelengths are around 660 nanometers and 850 nanometers. The 660 range is red light, which primarily affects skin and surface tissues. The 850 range is near infrared, which penetrates deeper into muscles and joints. The best panels include both. The second factor is powerful output. How powerful are the output? Many inexpensive devices simply do not deliver enough red intensity to reach therapeutic levels. The stronger devices allow you to deliver an effective dose in shorter period of time. The third factor is panel size. Small handheld devices can work for targeted treatment areas like the masks they wear. Going to treat the face and the skin in the face. Got to be on there a long time because they're not as powerful. I know some people that wear a mask and they say, it takes so long, it's so heavy on my face, I just stopped doing it. But if you want to treat larger portions of the body, a panel system is far more efficient. My panel is about 36 inches tall, 24 inches wide. I hang it on a door and just stand there. This is one reason why I chose the panel unit. It allows me to stand in front of it and expose larger areas like the face, chest, and legs in a single session. Those are the areas that you want to treat for longevity. But there is some safety and potential risks we should take a look at because red light therapy is generally considered very safe when used appropriately. But there are a few things to keep in mind. Protect your eyes. Many panels recommend using eye protection when exposing your face. I do that myself. Avoid excessive exposure. More is not always better. Again, more is not always better. We talk about this often in exercise as well. More is not better. Cells respond best to moderate doses. Extremely long sessions may actually reduce effectiveness. If you're taking medications that increase sensitivity to light, it is wise to speak with your physician before using photobiomodulation devices. And remember, this is not a magic cure. It is a supportive tool, just like nutrition and exercise. So how would we use this red light therapy for maximum results? Well, with many things in life, consistency matters more than intensity. Most protocols recommend exposure between 5 to 15 minutes per treatment. I do 10 minutes each side of my body. That's what my device told me to do. 2 to 5 sessions per week is common. My device told me 3 to 5, so I'm in the 3 to 5 range typically. A simple routine might look like this. 10 minutes facing the panel, 10 minutes with your back to the panel, standing about 6 to 12 inches away from the device. This allows light exposure to reach the head, torso, and major muscle groups. Again, to get the head, to get the brain, you need to tilt your head down for a few minutes to get that portion of your body. And also remember that red light therapy must be exposed to skin. You can't have clothing on when you do this because the light will not penetrate through skin. Through clothing. For longevity purpose, the goal is not to overdo it. The goal is to support the cellular environment that keeps your body functioning efficiently. So the big picture is Longevity is not about chasing the newest gadgets. It's about creating a lifestyle that supports your body at the cellular level. Strength training preserves muscle. Movement protects the brain. Cardiovascular health supports metabolic health. Quality sleep allows the body to repair. Good nutrition provides the building blocks for cellular function. Red light therapy may become one or more tool that supports those systems. By improving mitochondrial efficiency, circulation, and cellular repair, photobiomodulation has the potential to complement the habits that truly determine how well we age. But remember this, you cannot shine a light on a sedentary lifestyle and expect miracles. The foundation is always movement. The foundation is always strength. The foundation is always taking care of your body. Everything else is simple. So it takes time. I joke with one of my clients about it all the time. It's a full-time job sometimes to keep the body healthy. The exercise, strength training takes me about an hour. In that time frame, I'll run upstairs afterwards, put the red light therapy on, 10 minutes each side while the red light therapy is working. I turn my sauna on. The sauna takes about 20 minutes to get up to 80 degrees Celsius, and I sit in the sauna for 20 minutes. So it's almost a 2-hour event on the days that I work out. And yes, you'd want to do red light therapy and sauna post-workout. If I run, about the same thing, maybe a little bit shorter because I don't run for an hour. The days where I'm not working out and I can just jump in there, turn on the sauna, red light therapy, 10 minutes each side, go downstairs, sit in the sauna for 20 minutes. It's a lot of time out of your day, but it's important if you want to be able to function as you age. So if you found this episode helpful, share it with someone who wants to stay strong, sharp, and independent as they age. And remember, the goal is not just to live longer. The goal is to live better. Keep training and keep moving. I'm Chris Borda, and this is the Functional Longevity Podcast. I will see you next time.